Hello everyone, welcome to the Taco Garage. Today I'm very excited to show you our new truck. We are going to be doing some testing today. We are out in Anza, borrego. It's a California desert. We're going to be testing the capabilities of this truck so that after we modify it, we can come back and test it and tell you what is worth upgrading and what is not worth upgrading. So this truck right now is just stock. It's not a base model, it's a TRD off-road, has four-wheel drive, so it's got better tires, it's got a little bit of clearance, good shocks, but it's stock. It's all stock except for some fog lights, which don't really help off-road. So you can forget that, but everything else is stock. We haven't lifted this in the front, rear, everything is stock. We got no extra weight, no nothing. If you're watching this, you've probably seen some of the other TACOMA videos. So one of these already has a broken differential. So we're hoping to not break our differential this time. But if we do, we have some other trucks that'll help us get out. We're gonna go ahead and start our road trip. A little trail is gonna be that way. So that's the desert that we're going to be hitting today. There's a lot of desert, there's a lot of obstacles, there's a lot of loose dirt, sand that we're going to hit. So we're going to be able to really get into the details of how this system works, the crawl control, the grip on the tires, the four-wheel drive, all that stuff. We'll be able to get a really good sense of if that works well or not in the stock configuration.
One of the tests that we're trying to do here, we're trying to get the truck stuck and just to test out, see what it can do, see if the four-wheel drive will get us right out, which this is not very difficult terrain, so we expect four-wheel drive to do just fine. We'll see, but it's not really getting stuck. I think we need...
Traction control is off too.
Yeah, we have traction control off right now on this, but I think we need something... Up, there we go. We're kind of getting stuck now. Yeah, too easy. Too easy for the truck. It's not even a 4x right now.
Sand, so just check it out.
It's pretty loose here, but it's still too easy for the truck. We have to find something else to get stuck on. There you go, not too much of a problem. It's still on two-wheel drive. Bouncing a bit. That exhaust note is not great.
Yeah, that was traction control off. It's not getting stuck. So I guess that's good news in some way, right? Maybe not for the video, but we'll find a place to get stuck on. So let's get going.
All right. We're about to go on this little hopsticle here on the right. We're gonna try the 4th gen, stock 4th gen. So the only real challenge here is probably that rock. Should be.
Dirt's pretty loose. So this is all real deep, loose dirt. There's no hard pack underneath any of this. But there's a good amount of incline here, and then there's a curve. So it actually turns on top of the little hill where the rock is, which is what makes it a little bit sketchy. But we'll see. We'll go slow. We'll take it slow. We're not trying to break this truck yet. So we'll see how that goes. Let's go.
On the 4th gen Taco, Lexus and 2nd gen Taco have already gone through. 2nd gen Taco is a two-wheel drive, and it made it fine. It just needed a little momentum, more speed. There we go. But now we're gonna do, what are we gonna do here? 4-wheel drive?
Yeah, we're gonna try and four-wheel drive because we don't want to pick up that much momentum on this one. We don't want to break anything. But we're just gonna use four-wheel high and try and climb that. There's a little bit of an incline, and there's also like a sideways incline, so that makes it a little bit hard. I'm not gonna engage any lockers or the multi-terrain select. We're not doing any of that for this first run. We're just gonna do four-wheel drive high, and we'll see how it does.
We are very much hoping that rock right there doesn't hit the door. It comes probably pretty close. It was kind of close, but not that much. It's going through just fine. All right, no locker needed. We kind of wanted to do one pass with locker, one pass without locker to see the difference, but I don't know how much easier it can get. So how'd that feel?
Too easy, actually. So I was planning on going through the same obstacle with
the locker. I said
with
that.
locker and with multi-terrain select, but I don't see how any of those systems could have made it any easier. We're just gonna go ahead and go to the next obstacle.
Find
find something harder to do.
So because we're serious off-roaders, we decided to climb on this little rock here. And when we opened the door, we heard a click. Turns out, because of the flex, the door got a little too close to the body and it clicked. We are now headed to one of the coolest spots around here, one of the coolest obstacles.
Okay, so we've arrived at Diablo drop-off, and this is why they call it advertise. Well, now there's a lot of different trails to go down Diablo drop-off, but if you take a look at them, it's not an easy way down. These other ones are going to be pretty difficult. It would be a good test of articulation, but it's so deep that we actually know this isn't the right trail for a stock truck. You need a lot of clearance for this, big tires. We might be able to go down this trail, but we're definitely not going to be able to come back up on this one. So we're going to try and go down some of the other ones. Let's go on the trucks, let's go down, and we'll see what we can come up with. So our Tacoma did pretty well on the drop-off, but I just wanted to show you guys, this is very, very fine sand. So going uphill on Diablo drop-off is a tough challenge. I'm gonna pick the sandy.
Well, these two are pretty
We're
sandy.
gonna go on the left.
Okay.
I am gonna use for low for this one.
Locker, no locker?
No locker for now.
so good. Doesn't seem to be having too many issues. Now we're having issues. We see the traction control trying to compensate for some of that. Both front tires are spinning. I could be spotting too, but I'm just recording it. He'll handle it. There we go. Both front tires are spinning. Both rear tires are spinning despite no lockers right now. So it's kind of cool to see. Giant hole here. I think that might be an issue. I think it might be time to get that locker activated. Locker? Do you have the locker on?
No, let's try it.
Okay, so let's try now the same line, same thing, just with the locker on. We'll see if it makes a difference. It's really loose sand. There's a big hole there, so I think it might be difficult anyways, but we'll see.
A little bit of momentum.
Oh. I think we are officially stuck or unable to go up. We can definitely go downhill, but
we still have multi-terrain select. But you can see mud, sand. So this is pretty loose sand, so we're gonna try that.
it's buried pretty bad in there. I think we just picked a pretty terrible line here.
That could be. So now what I'm gonna do is crop control. So that's our last hope in this terrible line.
It's trying to do something, figuring it out.
Just trying to figure it out.
It's rocking a little bit. It seems like it might actually be effectively figuring something out, but also not really moving at all. So let's give it some time. I think we might have to go back. This is where big tires, a lift comes into play. A bigger set of tires would have definitely gone out of there. I think that's the biggest challenge for this truck right now. I think this is about as hard as it gets when it comes to the multiple options that we have here. The sandiest, deepest, and then we're transferring from one trail to another. Let's see what's going on back there. All right, so there's a big rock here. Let's just get rid of that. Okay, trying to give it another shot. Maybe it's it looked promising for a second. Okay, we're right on the rock. I think we can clear the rock. more than anything else, I think it's the tire's fault.
I think so too, but I'm still pretty impressed that it went through the rest of that stuff that easily.
The higher, the upper portion of it was pretty sketchy too, and it went through like nothing. I'm tired. That was a two-wheel drive, no locker taco going up Diablo drop-off. In case anybody was curious, in case anybody thinks maybe I should go, or wondering if they can bring their trucks up here, you can. Definitely do need some chunky tires if you're planning on doing that. These are 315s, but no 4x4, no locker, and it made it, so just get some good tires, that's it.
All right, so we're done going up and down Diablo drop-off. The Tacoma handled it pretty well. So we're going to get some bigger tires, some more aggressive tires so that we can get grip in this kind of terrain. And we're going to come back and test it. So this is not a premium, so we didn't have things like the sway bar disconnect. Other than that, the TRD Off-Road handled it really well. Anyway, this is me checking out, and Diablo drop-off. We're going to see you here in probably about a month. So on our way back from Diablo drop-off, we got to this pretty open section. We picked up some speed. We wanted to see how the suspension would do. A little bit more speed. So I think exactly how high we got to. We were probably over 50, maybe 60. And we hit a little dip on the road. Not too deep. I don't know. You can see out here, it's pretty flat. We didn't hit a rock or anything. It was just maybe something like this, where there's a difference in level in the ground, but it's all dirt. So at that point, the truck the suspension ate the dip out pretty well, but we started hearing a noise, and it was metal on metal contact on something. The truck was driving fine. But we still had to know what that was. So we went under the truck and we saw something that shouldn't be there. Now, I'm not going to mention it until we get up close. But see that bushing up there? That bushing is supposed to be inside of the mount. Pull back a little bit. Yeah, so that bushing is supposed to be under this thing over there. So we're not sure exactly what broke. We think it's some kind of cap that the shocks come with. And so from what we can tell, it's going to be this thing that broke. We're not going to be able to really tell until we get back to the shop and tear everything apart. But we might not even do that because Toyota should fix that. So we're going to take it to the dealer, see what they say, and we'll go from there.